The new Genesis December point update is finally here, and let's take a look at what's going on now. There's a lot of changes, like actually a lot of changes. So let's get into it and let's talk about them. This is a thing that many players have been wanting to happen, and I'm glad that they finally did it. And the next one's going to be around the release of Burst Protocol. So let's get into it and let's talk about it. Dracotail Flame, Ketu Dracotail, and Dracotail 5 mana all have upped in point value. 5 mana went from 20 to 30, Ketu Dracotail went from 10 to 15, and Dracotail Flame went from 0 to 3. That's all understandable. It is one of the best decks in Genesis itself, and realistically, definitely needed to happen. Now, this is one of the things I did want to talk about because, well, Dracotail Flame has been cited in a lot of decks being played at 3 because it is a spell negate, and honestly, these are good changes. Draw and Lockbird going from 5 to 25 absolutely makes sense. This is a card that really warped the format, and now we're probably going to be seeing less of it because 25 points is quite a lot. Nibiru the Primal Being went from 5 to 6, honestly understandable. Number 3 Cicada King went from 5 to 10. Radiant Typhoon Chant is now 10 points, and Radiant Typhoon Eldem is now 7, along with Totem Burn going up to 10. So overall, a lot of changes, and I definitely have to say that those are big hits. Runic Tip is now up to 10. Honestly, that makes a lot of sense because of how powerful it is. Being able to search out anything, then banish the top card out of your opponent's deck, and honestly, a good change. Hecahan's Gygus is now 5 points, and Hecahan Xeno is up to 10. With Cooltoon, Clip, and Q are up to 5. So not much of a expectation I had on these being a lot of points. Xeno being 10 points is absolutely fine because, well, Xeno is a one of, and most of the time you're only going to be running that one. And then after that, we have Dododo Warrior going up from 7 to 70. That is a big jump and literally kind of kills Onomat in some way, shape, and form. A Case of Canine is up from 0 to 20 points. Jokel is from 15 to 33, and Ripper is 20 to 30. They do not want you to run full power Canine, so that is a total of 83 points right there just for 3 Canine cards. So now you have to pick and choose on what you want to use. After that, you have the Magician Souls from 0 to 15. That's completely understandable. Generic Summon and plus Draw 2. Really, that makes a lot of sense. Along with Circular 2 going up from 0 to 15 because it does literally everything. Afterwards, we have Therian King Regulus going from 0 to 20. That's a big jump, and honestly, that is really realistic because of how powerful the card is. Then we have Crossout Designator going from 10 to 20. 20 is perfectly fine. This card was being played in a lot of decks, and same for Traptrix Rafflesia going from 10 to 20. 100% understandable. Next up, we have Lunalite Liger Dancer going from 0 to 51. Rongo Miniad going from 31 to 68. Super Quantal Mech King Great Magnus going from 0 to 33, and X Pearly Noir going to 33. So what does this do? Well, it's a lot of the tower cards that have definitely been tossed apart, and 100% definitely needed to happen. A lot of players were really frustrated with Double Liger Dancer. A lot of players were frustrated with Rongo Miniad. Definitely should be 100 instead, but with the Dododo Warrior being up to 70, you're not going to be able to run either or. Quantal Magnus is absolutely understandable because it was doing the same thing that Lunalite was doing, summoning a big tower monster. But X Pearly Noir going to 33 points is a really big change. Pearly's down to 10, Sleeping Memory's down to 10, and Perlily's down to 7. So now you have more of adjusted point system there, so you could run more of the little ones while you had to be very careful with running the one Noir. After that, we have Gaga Gaga Girl going up from 0 to 15 points, Goblin Biker Big Gabunga going from 0 to 15, and Grand Entrance going from 33 to 20. Punk Jam Dragon Drive is up to 15, Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon is up to 15, Nash Knight went from 10 to 15, they definitely don't want you to play whatever that is. Punk Psychic definitely get a hit, so there's that. Wind-Up Carrier Zen Matey going from 33 to 15. This just shows you Wind-Up's not doing much, and honestly, that's completely fine. But Wind-Up Hunter got boosted up to 86, so you cannot run them in tandem. That is absolutely fine, definitely worth it. So they do realize Wind-Up Hunter's the issue, but not wind up carry Zenmaity. So maybe in the future we could see Zenmaity come off the TCG Forbidden list. Next up, we have a lot of things that are changed. Centuria Primaria going from 5 to 2, Trudea's 3 to 1, Maizen the Battle Ninja is completely off. Your Yaguramaru, the Armor Ninjas down to 0, and those are completely fine. Ninjas are probably completely free now. Maybe. Deception of the Sinful Spoils up to 40 points because honestly, Azamina was really strong. Snake Eye, Ash, and Poplar down to 0. So that means with original Sinful Spoil, that is very cheap now. The Hidden City is down to 0. Chaos Dragon Levianeers down to 0. Dragon's Light and Darkness is down to 3. That's the fusion spell for the new Light and Darkness dragon stuff. Makes sense because they hit or up the points for Draco Tail overall. Asceticism of the Six Samurai, Enshi and Dojo are down to 0. Barrier of the Voices down to 20. And Nadir Servants down to 20. Those are big changes I definitely enjoy. Lady Labyrinth of the Silver Castles up to 40, while Big Welcome and Welcome are down to 20. So that's a trade-off, definitely. Adding 7 points to one, dropping 13 from the others. So honestly, definitely good for that. Villa Regis is up to 10. Man, they really stuffed it to Draco Tail. Dragon Maid Show, Ladies Dragon Maid, and Tidying all went down in points. Pretty much cut in half. Sword Soul Emergence lost 15 points, and Moyades down to 0. Ashuna's down to 3. Denlong's down to 20. And Charge of the Light Brigade's down to 25. Wandering Griffin Riders up to 50 points, while Raitabar Musir and the Water Enchantress are down to 0. That is big, but it is a big trade-off where you can run the engine more. And honestly, that is nice. So you have to pick and choose if you want to play the Omni Negate or not. Gladiator Beast Tamer Editors up to 80 points. Gladiator Proving Ground and Rejection are down to 0. So that's a huge trade-off. Crystron Sulfador up to 5 points, while Inclusion, Smiger, and the Wyvern is down in points by a total of 8. 5 and 5. Fallen Virtuous is up to 40. Jesus. Albion is up or down to 5. Titaniclad 0. Sprin 0. Grangunal 0. Brigand 0. The Dragon that Devours the Dogma is down to 5. And Incoming Machine is to 0. Those are big changes, and honestly, I really do like that. Those are changes that didn't need to happen, so definitely one of the things that needed to go through. Red Eyes Black Full Metal Dragon's up to 33. That's a very compromisable swap. Light and Sublimation and Darken Evaporation are down to 1. Okay, that makes sense. Assault Synchron's down to 1 point. Change of Hearts down to 7. Snatch Steals down to 5. Honestly, both of them should be at 5 points. Destructive Daruma Karma Cannon's down to 3. Impulse is down to 20. Spiral's down to 0. And Duality is down to 3. Okay, Foolish Burial Goods is up to 7. Premature Burial's down to 3. Monster Reborn's down to 5. Dimension Fusion's down to 40. And Return from the Different Dimensions down to 40. So this is a very big change, but it is a very great change in my honest opinion. These changes definitely needed to happen, and this definitely shakes up the format enough to where it's going to be very, very good of a format because they took care of Drone Blackbird in some way, shape, or form by making it go up to 25 points. So now you have to pick and choose of what you want to do, and a lot of these changes definitely make the format healthier. But tell me what you think on this whole entire update list. Do you like it? Do you think it's good for Genesys? But anyways, I've been BoltSpider. See you guys in the next video, and goodbye. If you all enjoyed this video, hit that like button down below, and if you want to show support, please hit that subscribe button as well. And I do also have channel memberships, and if you want to support the channel more, it would be much appreciated. Thank you to FGH for supporting the channel, and I'll see you all in the next video.